Okay, well she hasn't done it, so. Well, why don't you do a Zoom with her? Because we'll have to do a Zoom and make it so it all looks good. The sound is perfect, everything's good, the green screen looks good.
Yeah, I can do that. That sounds like a good idea.
Try there and see. Okay, thanks.
You might come.
Walk into the room.
Wow.
It is one of my favourite spots actually. Manky pears.
So you built this place, Andrew?
Well,
it was a paddock.
It was a paddock. Well, it was when I bought it. Was a fruit block, you know, and just a conventional fruit block. And I had to borrow, you know, a whole $25,000, which was big money back then, and I had to pay the mortgage, and so I started farming it, you know, conventionally. I soon discovered I couldn't make money out of horticulture very easily. It was a hard way to make a buck growing things. So I gave up, I think, and decided to have some fun with it. And I'd always had an interest in permaculture, because I was very fortunate in that in 1978 I picked up a book called Permaculture 1, and that was probably one of the biggest gifts in my life.
A book?
A book. It was a book. A book changed my life. Well, actually, it was a book before that. I picked up the basic book of organic gardening when I was 16, and then I just devoured that for 5 years. You know, the organics, you know, and there's something more to this, you know, there's something missing, but I couldn't kind of get my finger out. Then I found Permaculture 1. Oh my God, here it was. This was the answer, you know. And so it's been fantastic. It's, you know, it's given me an ethical framework to live by all my life. But it's, you know, it's enabled me to create spaces like this, which nurture me, you know, physically, you know, intellectually, spiritually. It's been, and you know, it's just been an absolute blessing. So mind you, my whole life's been quite fortunate, really. So you know, but then you know.
In what way?
Well, I think I grew up in an era when there was a lot more freedom. Okay, you could go out and just, as long as you're home by dark, it was all good. You know, I lived in an area where there was lots of bush. I could go out and explore and be in the natural world. So, you know, I've always been more comfortable in the natural world, which is a bit strange that I chose a job that took me away from it for 40 years. A bare hillside, and the chook house stood out like dog's balls. Plant that tree, I didn't plant that tree, I didn't plant that tree, I didn't plant that tree, didn't plant that tree. You know, so all of these are just they've just popped up. See, like this, you know. So they just pop up, you know. And if it's in an okay spot, I just leave it, you know.
So that's from like birds dropping in and stuff?
They drop a lot of seed, these things, which is great, because it feeds the pigeons and things like that. They're from the southwest of Western Australia. They just need a little bit more water to perform really well. And they're a great pioneer species because they're a legume, and so they'll release nitrogen for 5 years after they die, and they drop a heap of litter. You look at the leaf litter under here. Look at this. This is all carbon's been sucked out of the sky. Look at this, and look at the living soil underneath. It's like it's bloody great.
So what was your job?
I was a dentist, so I was stuck. I was stuck indoors, and my world was generally about that big most of the time, and I enjoyed it. And
What did you enjoy about? Because it's something that really interests me.
People are great, and it was interesting work. Every job was a challenge. It was
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was creative, and it was challenging intellectually.
In what way?
It's just problem solving.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because basically that's what it is. A lot of it's problem solving, and so that was good. I got to meet a lot of nice people and do some nice things for them. So it was all good, but I'd rather be gardening. I'd rather be gardening. That's what it came down to in the end. Going, this is kind of good, but I'd rather be gardening. I haven't got time for this anymore. I've got better things to do with my life. But see, like a lot of these trees I didn't plant. I didn't plant that tree. I didn't plant that one, or 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 that one, that one. These. So a lot.
So you're working with another gardener?
Yeah, I'm working with a divine gardener. Yeah, yeah. Because how do you deal with governments that don't care about its citizens?
Yeah.
Or discriminate, basically. Discrimination. Here we are in Australia, and we've always prided ourselves as being non-discriminatory in so many ways, and here we are blatantly discriminating people in so many ways. It's just unbelievable. It's very disappointing, Yeah. Like for the first time in my life, I'm not particularly proud to be Australian.
Rosie, do you think it's time for a break from the beer? Rosie.
You only had
Rosie. Huh? Coopers, did you drink that whole carton, Rosie? No.
One more for the road, Rosie.
Let's put the teeth in. Bring it out a bit. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
There you go.
You're not
It's like
crashing
feeding a bottle.
not crashing against his teeth.
Rosie, we told you that was too many beers.
You shouldn't have that last one, Rosie.
You have to learn your limitations, Rosie. We've never spent that much time with a pig. Tell us the story about Rosie.
Pig. Pig. She was a feral pig that wandered into a camp up on the Rowrow Creek above Renmark, and some friends befriended this little pig, which I think had been orphaned from its mother, and then it hung around all winter, and it was starting to look pretty good, and a lot of people think it would look good on a spit, and so they got worried that the pig was going to come to grief if it wandered out into the irrigation area, so they brought it down here for safekeeping. And when she arrived, she was the size of a dog, and then she sort of grew and grew. She's got an abundance of food, and she's got this major eating disorder. She just overeats the whole time. In fact, I reckon I could make some big money out of her, in the terms of providing material for fecal transplants. Her microbiome would be absolutely immaculate. So if anybody out there wants some really good high quality pig shit, I reckon I can help.
This was a bear paddock. And
It's just evolved into this, yeah.
whether this stays or where, but it's almost like a symphony.
Yeah, well, it's almost like an artwork, and you kind of you're adding new elements to the painting the whole time, It's you're just putting more little bits in it, making it more intricate and more complex sort of thing. And it's like you're only limited by your time and your imagination and your energy, It's like so I never the good thing about these sort of places, if there were more of them on the planet, they're little refuges for for so many things that are threatened out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like habitat. We're just got to provide habitat, You only compromise your authenticity so much, and then something's got to give,
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got to draw a line in the sand and just.
Well, that's a parallel to what's happening now.
Exactly.
I mean,
right. Yeah.
by doing something you don't want to do, by complying to this government, you're compromising your authenticity.
Yeah.
And at some point,
You
it'll
gotta-
stop.
Yeah. And you start losing yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
And then what's the point?
Yeah.
If you don't know,
Yeah.
if you're not, you're the only one of you there is.
Yeah.
You're the only one of you you've got.
Yeah. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's just no. Go away.